welcome Shri K.T. Ramarao Garu, Honorable Minister for IT and Panchayat Raj Government of Telangana. On behalf of FICCI and TiE, I request K.T. Ramarao Garu, Minister for Panchayat Raj and IT, Government of Telangana, request you to occupy the dais, please, sir. Mr. Jayesh Ranjan, Secretary, Information Technology, Government of Telangana. Mr. Safir Adeni, President, TiE Hyderabad Chapter and Chairman, FICCI ICT and SME Committee. Request Mr. Safir Adeni to honor the dignitaries on the dais. I request Mr. Akhilesh Mahurkar, Director FICCI Telangana State Council, to honor Mr. Safir Adeni. Request all the participants and the dignitaries to stand up for the national anthem.
Good morning, everyone. It's my pleasure to welcome Honorable Minister for IT and Panchayat Raj, Mr. K.T. Ramarao Garu, Mr. Jayesh Ranjan, Secretary for IT, Ministry of Government of Telangana, and all my friends here, both from TiE as well as FICCI and members of media. Let me share a little bit of background as to what is this 4S and why 4S. Even Minister was just asking me, hey, is this about smart cities or is it smart societies? And my answer was both. Smart cities are comprised of smart societies. Okay, and when we launched this initiative, we thought, let's start small. Let's take something that all of us can collectively make an impact. And we thought, let's take societies. And when I say societies, it could be a small part of a city. An example, in fact, Jayesh was said, earlier, why don't you take, high-tech city or Gachibowli cyber city area? That could be, one of the examples. But what we thought we'll do is we'll try to identify, we wanted to essentially bring together all the stakeholders that are necessary in ensuring that we can develop a real smart city, but try to implement it in a smaller way. So you will see this is essentially we are launching today. However, it's a very big initiative. It cannot be done in a day or in a few days. It will take a lot of time. Hence, we are going to do this over a period of time. Okay. The other thing I want to share was TiE, for some of you were asking earlier. I'm happen to be the president this time, is the largest organization of entrepreneurs in the world. And our charter is to foster entrepreneurship. So we are very keen to develop innovation, which is essential for entrepreneurship. But more importantly, identify opportunities and create platforms for entrepreneurs to be successful. At the same time, I also happen to wear a FICCI hat. And FICCI, as many of you know, is a leading organization. In fact, the oldest industry body in India started before independence. And for those of you who are not aware of that, right, is also a platform in India, an industry platform in India that has taken a leadership position on smart cities, including creating the report on 100 smart cities for Government of India. So I thought, this is a perfect opportunity for me, since I wear both hats, to launch this initiative and come up with this concept where we can, create smart cities. Okay. The other question we're trying to answer is, why smart cities? First of all, we are all familiar with the rapid urbanization that is taking place, and there's several reports. In fact, this year especially, in the last 12 months especially, there's been a lot of talk and probably some hype also about smart cities. So most of you are probably familiar with that. But besides the hype, there is a real need why we need to develop smart cities. I will not talk about the numbers that are there, but there's a phenomenal numbers. The need is absolutely there. We have no doubt about that. However, like I shared earlier, creating an entire smart city, either from scratch, a greenfield city, let's say a Raipur, or even a brownfield, takes a lot of time and resources. So what we thought we will do is focus on smart societies. And hence, this whole concept of smart solutions for smart societies for us. So we are trying to create a platform, of opportunities for entrepreneurs, SMEs, industrialists, service providers, technologists, researchers, academicians, government, regulators, policymakers, product vendors, some of whom have booths out there, network operators also who are there, telecom, energy, real estate, construction, healthcare operators, educators, and on and on and on. As you will see, if you continue to be on this journey with us, that smart cities touch every one of us, and every one of us are required to make a city smart. Okay. So now comes the smart solutions part. What essentially is required for smart cities, and how can the solutions be created? What are the underlying themes? I've tried to identify them into two categories: 3 S's and 3 I's. First is sustainability. Smart cities have to be sustainable. Speed. They need to ensure that all the stakeholders that operate in a smart city, can do so with speed. And why is that? That is to ensure productivity, efficiency, and all of those parameters. Last but not least in that is simplicity. If we make it too complex, it will not last and nobody will use it. Either it's any kind of solution. So it could be a small app like we saw outside, or any kind of a complex, infrastructure solution. If it's too complex, a lot of people will not use it. So simplicity is very important. The 3 I's, instrumented. So smart cities can be enabled by a lot of instrumentation. Interconnected. A lot of people have heard of Internet of Things. There is a whole lot that can be achieved by, leveraging Internet of Things and ensuring that everything is connected, interconnected. People are connected, but even buildings are connected, vehicles are connected, things are connected. So that is interconnected. And last but not least, intelligent. Every solution that we develop out there has to be an intelligent solution. It needs to be able to, not just be automated, but more importantly, learn by itself. Because many scenarios will exist. In fact, we cannot figure out and define a solution for every scenario. Hence, if you design an intelligent solution, it will be able to work itself. But this is just a typical smart city, which is, I took this from a Spanish concept. And as you all know, Barcelona is one of the most talked about smart cities. And I won't talk about all this, but there's so many things one can do to ensure we can make our cities smart. So what are the focus areas that we in this initiative are going to focus on? Today we are taking up smart energy, smart mobility, and smart health. In fact, I think we will probably not be able to do justice to each of them. However, we shall try. The next session we will do will take up smart buildings, smart environment, and smart ICT. The third session will cover smart education, smart governance, and last but not least, smart citizen. In fact, I think we should probably put the smart citizen part first, because it doesn't matter how smart a city is, if we are not smart, then I don't think we can use any of that. Giving a little bit more details on what we are planning to cover and what I feel that we should cover in each of these 9 modules. In smart cities, things like smart grids, smart meters, energy storage, alternative renewable energies, smart mobility, multimodal transport, automated traffic management, smart parking, GPS-enabled apps, etc. Smart health, of course, telemedicine, e-health, mobile health, connected devices. I think we will today hopefully cover all these things during the 3 different modules that we have later today. Under smart buildings, the first thing comes to mind is building automation, but there's a lot more than that. If the smartness needs to be ingrained into the design of these buildings itself, either homes or commercial buildings, to make sure they are efficient designs, efficient from every single way, sustainable from every single way, from materials as well. Obviously, using intelligent HVAC and LED controls is going to have a huge impact in terms of energy efficiency and so on. Smart environment and infrastructure. We need to make sure that our environment is green, clean, and now the catchword Swachh. We need to ensure that these cities and societies are sustainable from a water recycling and wastewater management point of view. We need to make sure that as much as possible and wherever feasible, they need to leverage alternative energy like solar, wind, etc. Smart ICT is probably what most people are familiar with, because as soon as you say smart, people think it's some kind of an app or maybe it's Wi-Fi. However, it's all of it. We definitely need to leverage things like 4G, the free Wi-Fi that Minister recently launched a month or so ago, again in a smaller society, in a pocket. But all of those things comprise, leveraging smart cities. Sensor technology, has advanced significantly, and it can be leveraged in connecting every single device in your home or in your pocket. And Internet of Things, which I already covered. Smart education, we need to cover both the e-education part, but more importantly, skill development. And how to make our people more employable is also smart. How to make sure we are inclusive and how to make sure we are integrated. The societies we build should be integrated. Smart governance, I think our state is one of the leaders in that. However, there's definitely a lot of more things we can do with that in e-governance, in security, disaster management. And last but not least, smart citizen. The first and foremost, I think we need to improve the awareness. And this is something that we need help, I think. We as an industry, we probably may not be experts in how to deal with improving smart and making citizens smarter. We probably need help with other organizations also. But I feel very strongly that all of this is a waste if we don't focus on making citizens smarter. If we don't focus on increasing the awareness that whoever is driving on a street should make sure he's not driving in the wrong direction on a one-way, which is more often than not happens out there, right? Things of that nature, civic sense, adoption of green concepts, making sure that everybody has smart lifestyle concepts. So those are the things we will focus on. And the roadmap for this is as such. I already shared with you the 3 parts, part 1, part 2, and part 3, where what we will do is really more in a conference format. However, it will focus on thought leadership, debate, discovery, innovation, gap identification, opportunity identification, coming up with solutions, either technology solutions, business solutions, areas of opportunity for governance, policy, regulations, gaps, etc., academic research, and entrepreneurship. All of this we hope to execute and implement in the last phase, which is the workshop phase, where we are going to have a location identified, solutions identified. We would need some support from government, focus on creating some public-private partnerships, identify funding, and execute, which hopefully will give us the impact that we're looking for. So in a nutshell, that's really what this whole initiative is all about. That's what our vision is all about, jointly from TiE, FICCI, and a lot of our partners who are very keen to participate. Some of them are here. Large national organizations like NASSCOM, academic institutions like ISB, IIT are already joined as partners. Even organizations like Hyderabad Security Council, who's here today, are also joined in us as partners. I'm just throwing it out open for anybody and everybody who has a stake in this, which I challenge that every one of you do, to join hands with us and let the games begin. Thank you.